Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ironrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
Oh, TGIF, happy Friday. By God, looks like we've managed to make it to another one. Well, some of us have made it to another one. Well, I guess technically we've all made it. Walter has not joined us this morning. He's still feeling a touch under the weather this morning. Having some eye issues. So hopefully he's laying back down in bed and recuperating. As for me, I've been up since 2. I've been up for 2 hours already. And I don't know why. Yeah, it's stupid. But how are you doing, Zack?
Oh, I'm a bit tired.
Yeah.
A little later than I wanted to be. But I had a good reason.
Uh-oh.
A Buddhist monk car broke down across the street yesterday.
His car broke down? Is that what I heard?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I mean, it's not like I thought they were Amish, but I don't know.
Nope, got a house. He's got like 7 or 8 cars.
So he's not just a practicing Buddhist. He is a Buddhist monk. As in he is in the...
He was in full robe.
Are you sure he's real Buddhist? I know there's several scammers out there trying to sell like prayer beads and shit dressed up as Buddhist monks, pretending to be all spiritual and shit.
Yeah, this guy was the real deal.
That's awesome.
Went into photos on with him, and the guy's like, "Oh no, yeah, I know this guy. He's in here all the time."
You were trying to vet him at the auto parts place? Hey, you really believe this guy's... Is he about to rob me? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, his name was Das. He was from Cambodia. Came here in 1994, I think. Oh, how often do you get a chance to help other Buddhist monks?
Probably not that very often. Seems like that's a real strong deposit in your positive karmic account. Hare 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 Krishna. That's what Justin was asking. Luckily, you can usually tell the difference by the color of the robes.
Yeah, so I didn't get to bed till like 10:15, 10:30. Thank you, Uncle Puppy.
Ooh, Justin picking up some overtime today.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm leaving work early. Fuck all that. Now I got to come home and get packed. I'm going down to my dad's this weekend. We're going to go through all of his old rendezvous, buckskins, and kit that he'd had throughout the years and see what might be usable for me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's one of those bittersweet things. There was once upon a time I'd envisioned my dad and I both going to one together. But I think that ship sailed many years ago. Surely wouldn't happen now. I don't think he's got it in him. So I'm having to come to terms with that. I've decided that all of this shit that I'm going through now was probably just a fucking midlife crisis. I'm just dealing with my midlife crisis, and this is how I do it. I don't buy a little red convertible. I buy buckskins. And I haven't really bought any buckskins. I'm just spending probably a little bit more money than I should on shit that's not necessarily important. How the other side of my brain reads it. Wasn't a woodsman per se, although maybe like a part-time woodsman. So my mother, her uncle, my maternal grandfather's brother, and my dad started hanging out doing the whole black powder shooting, I think. And then from there, the Black Powder Club started doing some of the reenactments and doing the historically accurate rendezvous type stuff. And he did that for a good long while. I remember he used to come up to my elementary school when I was in like kindergarten, first and second grade. And once a year he'd do the living history presentation and go through everything he was wearing and how it factored in and the practicality uses of it and things like that. So doing this and trying to myself get into the rendezvous and reenactment has always been in the back of my mind, something that I've always wanted to do for as long as I could remember, if for no other reason than to try to have that bond and those shared experiences with my father in a way that I never really could, given that he left when I was 6 and was only sort of in my life part-time. So I've noticed as of recently that if I were to stop and think about it, I am probably, what with the rings and the necklaces and all the other shit I'm doing now, is probably shit I envisioned me doing at this age when I was like 13. Like when I'm 50, this is the kind of shit I'll be doing. And it just never materialized. I was chasing highs and chasing girls and just lost the thread of that historical reenactment type stuff. But as of recently, once I realized... Go ahead.
I'm sorry, is this, you see who popped up in chat?
Lev, Troubling Tribune.
That's not Mrs. Tribune, is that?
Oh no, that's him. Yeah, he's out. He's free. I thought I thought you might have joined us at some point, because I'm sure Andrew had told us, and he was in Monday, maybe either last Friday or maybe Monday morning. Skylar was in here. He's busy working. He got himself a job. He's a jailbird, is free, and he is now buckling down and doing the shit he needs to do and taking care of his family and doing his research and shit on the side, which I think is awesome.
That is awesome. Thank you for helping him.
Yeah, that is not Mrs. Tribune.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right. I was just rambling, really. Yeah, you guys get to witness my midlife crisis. Congratulations.
Oh, man.
So what do you got planned this weekend, Zach? Anything big? Anything fun? Anything exciting?
Yeah, I need people to work. Told them I would if it's close. Got me driving half the back.
Yeah. Did you have to sit down and have that uncomfortable conversation about them sending you as far away as possible every day?
Not yet.
No. Well, maybe you won't need to if they're going to start giving you jobs closer.
Yeah, and hinting. I was like, yeah, I'll help out, but I really don't want to be going that far from home. And said, oh, yeah, I got you. Oh, it's just, even working farther from home with this crew, I get home way earlier than if I was working with the other crew.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Oh man. Can't be done.
Now, granted, I've been up since 2, and I was pretty bleary-eyed when I read this. But maybe y'all out there in chat might have a better idea if what I saw was true and correct. Did I see China moving warships there to the Middle East?
Yep. I don't know, man. I've been having bad visions, thoughts, however you want to call them. Guess I wasn't sleeping. I don't want to manifest anything, you know? But, man.
Yeah, this definitely has a different vibe, different energy. Not in a good way. Yeah, I don't know. That's about all I want to say about that. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I have hard enough time not dwelling on it and thinking about it throughout the day. What with everybody at work talking about it. But
I checked my bug out bag.
Yeah, need to go through and redo mine. Make sure my shit's backed and packed and organized. Yeah, it's not often I have to really sit down and consider when it is I'm going to get the fuck out. It's usually just a intellectual exercise, just in case. I'll have a bug out bag. It's not often I feel the need to really consider how and the when to use it. Fucking crazy world.
Yeah, I got the hills right down the road. We'll get lost. About 3 weeks. You can make it. Usually 3 weeks. The chances of survival go up big time.
Yeah, I'd like to think I could survive 3 weeks.
You could.
Well,
what you really need is water filtration.
In solitude. I think I could survive alone for 3 weeks or survive with people for 3 weeks that were like in my little survival party, but like, I don't know that I could spend 3 weeks roaming the cities looking for food and shelter and survive. Once it gets to that point, you're talking.
No, I'm not going in that city.
Right.
Yeah, that's
so the trick would be for me to get from here where I am to the country without interacting with people.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be difficult. Always good to have a plan. Since you are going to be bugging out with people, you all need to have a meeting place set in mind. Like, if crazy shit hits the fan, and it's all planned, this and that, whatnot, cell phones are going to be one of the first things that go. So you can't wait till the last minute to be like, hey, we're all going to meet up over. No, everybody, if you are planning to go with somebody or a group, you all need to have that stuff already figured out. You know exactly where you're meeting, this many hours, at this time, the day the cell phones go down, blah, 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 blah. It's going to take you so long to get to this point. You guys have all that already. Man, the people up north, they ran the natural food store. They were also big into survival training. They would go out when it would be like, negative 10 degrees and take their tents out to the state park and try to set up their tents when it was negative 10 out in a blizzard. Just because it's good training. Because you never know if you're going to have to do that. So yeah, they were always, I would sit and talk and chat with them. And yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of different books on it, and yeah, just keep your group informed. If you have a group, you guys all need to know what and where, when and where, I should say. But there aren't that many of those people out there.
And the win is important.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard to maintain like a strict timeline with all the shit that's up in the air. Be like, okay, fine, we're going to meet there at 8 a.m. if cell phones go down. But if it's 10 a.m. and not everybody's there, how long do you wait? How long do you give them? Before you just abandon them. Like, all right, good luck. Hope to see you again soon. So I think it's little shit like that that needs to be worked out. Like, if you know you can't make it there in the time, then should you keep going in that direction?
Mm-hmm. Backup plan.
And if the time has passed, can you leave knowing that there are people within your party that aren't there, that you're going to technically just abandon? Can you deal with that psychologically?
Tyler said he had a dream where he was being drafted.
Yeah, I've heard those rumblings as of late. Back in December, they changed the way that the draft, the selective service is done. Used to be that men were required to go sign up for the selective service. It was your duty, your legal obligation, to go and sign up with the selective service and register to vote when you turn 21. 18, I think is right. Either way. They've changed that now. Now it's all done automatically. Now you don't have to go sign up at all. You just exist and they'll sign you up for you. Oh, gee, that's great. Yeah, I remember when they started when Russia first invaded Ukraine, and they were showing pictures of the Ukrainian soldiers with cardboard cutout AK-47s and wooden guns and shit like that. When that war kicked off, everybody tried to flee. They got to the border and they stopped and said, all right, ladies, you go on through. Men, you stop right there. Go back. 16 to 60 couldn't even leave the country because they were getting conscripted for the army. That's just the way it is. Sorry. Like at the border, feet away, they could see their freedom, but they got turned around. Nope. You're a man. You go back and fight. Ladies, go. Come on, have a good time. Let me put this wristband on you here at the door, and you guys have a great rest of your life. Yeah, Justin, I don't consent either. I don't know what difference that makes. Makes me think of that little Eastern European gal on the subway. Got stabbed in the neck by that guy that was sitting behind her. The knife was essentially the draft. No, she didn't. She didn't consent either. And she might have even said, I do not consent. While life happens, and the knife, the draft, everything else happens regardless of whether you consent or not. Turns out I don't believe consent is all that necessary in this life. It's great if you can get it. But at the end of the day, it's not going to matter one way or the other. What did you do?
I lost you.
So we'll see. What I heard was it's not like they wait until the numbers get depleted. It's not like they wait and say, oh shit, we're running out of people. We're almost out of soldiers. Quick, to the draft. No, that shit happens earlier. That lottery, those drawings for that lottery starts well before the numbers are depleted in that way. They're watching it. They got to factor in training time and all that good stuff. There's got to be good news somewhere. Earth is missing a billion years of history, and we finally know why.
Just a billion.
Just a billion. They discovered a new species of dinosaur out in the Sahara Desert.
Bless their hearts.
It's like there's some ball lightning videos going around. Somebody identifying ball lightning. That's kind of cool. It's like Chuck Norris is in the hospital. Out there in Kauai. "86 years old.
Still probably whoop me.
I bet he wouldn't.
Take this up there. I remember that movie. Now, what's that movie called? Clint Eastwood and the little Mexican boy with his rooster. Macho, maybe. I forget. Good movie. More of a tearjerker type movie than what you're used to with Clint. But he was looking older in that one. And I looked at him like, man, I can finally take Clint Eastwood. Baby Eater Chuck. Is Chuck in the Epstein files?
I don't think so.
Yeah, try to hold some. And call everybody a baby eater. Some of them are, for sure.
You know what's crazy? Sorry.
Huh?
Well, I'm just sitting here looking. I got Windows 11. And the taskbar, a little toolbar down at the bottom on the far left, is my temperature. So I can kind of see what it is outside. And if I click it, it's going to pull up a bunch of news stories. Right, so you click on that icon and it pulls up a panel. And a panel, you can just scroll down looking at news stories. And a lot of times that's what I do. And every few days, they recycle an author. Maybe it's a video. I see a play button, so maybe this is all just linked to his YouTube. But Simon Dan is listed in these stories every fucking day. You scroll down far enough, you're going to see something from Simon Dan. I just think that's interesting.
In the news stories?
Yeah, like right here. Simon Dan, a flat earther, thinks your eyeballs fake Earth's curvature. And I don't even want to click it. Don't even want to click it because I know how fucking stupid it's going to be. To pretend that that's not what's happening. Like, nope, your eyeballs have zero effect on how you see a distance. None.
And this is at Google?
Windows. This is Windows 11. Like if you just, at the very bottom left-hand corner is the weather button. Like I see the moon and the temperature and it shows clear skies. 52 Fahrenheit, clear. And I can click on it. You know, here, I'll just share my screen. Everybody can watch me do this. And I'll scroll down to the Simon Dan story. Once I choose it.
That sounds like desperation on their part. Not only are we going to feed you this nonsense when you're searching for flat earth stuff, we're just going to have to start feeding it to people all the time.
Yep.
Because irregardless, flat Earth and now, that's a death row in my eyes.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. It's not like made for children. Horrible language. It's just, that's crazy, dude.
And of course, they've now recycled them and refreshed them. So now it's probably going to either prove me a liar or make it so fucking difficult to find it. This is what happens to the human body in space, and it's worse than you think. And then right next to it, this astronaut trained for 20 years, then went blind in space. Lunar hotel by 2032. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Oh, goodness.
Val Kilmer is starring in a new film, according to Tom's Guide. That's the world we live in, Zach, for real. Like, think of that is going to be so commonplace. In fact, if you're a really smart production house, you don't hire any living actors.
Yeah.
Use AI and just let AI use the dead actors that haven't signed, posthumous points on their fucking box office release. As long as you can get free rights to a dead actor. Like, what are the chances Jimmy Stewart's going to be able to claim any sort of rights to an AI portrayal of him? Like Ghost Riders coming back with Nick Cage and Charlize Theron. 27 students sick and 2 dead from a meningitis outbreak.
Yeah, that Charlize Theron went full retard, dude. He's got 3 kids that are all special members of the LGBTQ community. Some of them are like still young. It's like, no, that's you that did that, Charlize. Oh, I knew that they were different when they were 2 years old. I could tell. No, that's you, right?
There.
I'm sure they were normal to you. It's you doing this to them.
So I think it's because I clicked it twice, and that refresh kind of threw off the relevance, I think, in how they show me. So it took me a bit of scrolling, but there he is. There's Cy Mandan amongst the Y-Files and Fox News and all the other websites out there where Windows curates all this and throws it on a panel. Every time I look, every single fucking time, there's a Cy Mandan on one of those panels talking about flat Earth.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Scared.
IFL Science, Popular Mechanics, and Cy Mandan.
He definitely ain't no Mr. Rogers. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I doubt Mr. Rogers had other men's faces tattooed on their body.
Lisa Kudrow is 62 years old.
Rico did it in the show.
Sorry, you probably have to say that again when I was talking over you.
Who's Lisa Kudrow?
She's just a friend. A friend with a stinky cat. Here's what passes for a news story. A North Carolina woman goes shopping, then realizes she isn't wearing a bra. I don't. I mean, there's more to that. Even the headline, I see an ellipses there after a the, so I know there's more to it. I just feel like I would surely regret it if I were to click on that to find out what that more is. So I've never heard of ZapZ, whatever kind of website sounds like an AI website to me. But it says, why did Jim Carrey look so different at the Caesar Awards? Like, are we still talking about this? Really? Jim Carrey's not come out and said anything? But I guess not.
Well, I saw videos of him saying that he uses doubles all the time. I don't know how well you can trust Jim Carrey either. And the shit he said.
Right.
Being such a big fan of Andy Kaufman and, you know.
Millions of people in Florida are being told to stay out of the water. Oh, this is good. They sent an astronaut into live power lines. 400 kilometers above Earth.
We have power lines that go up there.
Or astronauts that go down that low. The International Space Station
right for that.
depended entirely on its solar panels for survival. And when one panel tore open, power shortages threatened critical systems, and 2 astronauts were sent outside with no proper replacement parts and no margin for error. The panel still carried live electricity, and a single mistake could have been fatal. What followed became the most dangerous spacewalk in ISS history.
Oh, God.
Like, what a clickbait title.
Mm-hmm.
They sent an astronaut into live power lines. I don't think power lines means what you think it means. Like, wires? You mean the astronaut touched wires inside the or outside the ISS? Ooh, cool story. I don't know what video this is, but for some reason they put Blue Man Group on the ISS, and that's weird as fuck. Like, obviously, for this most dangerous historic spacewalk, they have to use CGI, because why would you not? But they put Blue Man Group in there. What the fuck am I even watching, dude? This is so crazy.
Not lighter. There we go.
Why would you put Blue Man Group in space? I don't know. That's pretty knuckin' futz.
Knocking hot. As long as it's going to take to get to this place. Let's see.
You know, technically, I had to reach over to unplug my phone this morning from its charger. I did. Which I think totally qualifies me as having been sent into power lines. I'll put that shit on my resume. Fuck, I touch wires. I touch wires. Directly connected to power lines. Well, I mean, maybe not directly, but, you know, definitely through a series of other wires connected to power lines. That counts. Good enough for an astronaut. It's good enough for Josh Corey.
David Tony. Oh, cool.
Oh.
New additions to the app.
To what?
To David's app. Work with a company that they only do 8-hour days. And it's Friday. I'm hoping it's done by like noon. Getting paid till 3:30. It's happened before with this company. I've gone up. Someone needed help, supposedly. It was shoulder work. They really didn't need me, but he was just getting me my hours. I get there at like 11. They've already left for lunch at like 10:30. I get back at like noon. Come and pull one pole out of the ground, hook it up to the truck, which takes like 5 minutes with these stuff. That's what they're designed to do. I'd be like claw on it and just whips it out of the ground. It's awesome. Took them like 20 minutes to get it latched down and, you know, everything. All right, we're done for the day. You guys hang out till about, 2 o'clock or so and then head on out. Yeah, I can do that. And I live so close to this op center, I'd go home. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to be working. So I'm going to have to take the guy back to the op center. But where the job is like 12 minutes from my house.
Can't hardly beat that.
No. Well, I got to drive back to 20 minutes away from the house. Take him back home. Or to his vehicle. Go potty?
No, I can hold it.
Okay. Oh. Not horrible out here. It's like 40 degrees.
That's not bad.
And that's like maybe 4 degrees for those of you that use that crazy weird. Like the rest of the world does. I think it's us, Liberia, and Ghana that use the standard system of measurement. And what fucking gall do you have to call it the standard? when there's nothing standard about it.
I must say, this is a pretty good one here. The molten planet that defies all known categories. Astronomers have identified L98-59D, a 35 light-year distant. 35 light. They're looking at and identifying. And they can't categorize it because it defies all known categories for when you're looking at things 35 light years into the past. And data from the James Webb Telescope and simulations reveal it has been molten for billions of years. Sustained by tidal heating and atmospheric insulation. The discovery suggests planetary formation models may be too simplistic, opening the door to finding more exotic worlds. Yes, that's what we need. More exotic worlds. Not this molten planet or planets where it rains diamonds. No. This has opened the door to finding even more exotic worlds.
Wow. Cob world, the world where everything grows on a cob. The Rick and Morty reference.
Oh, yeah. See, I won't get any of those. I do notice this planet looks like Pac-Man with acid reflux or something. I just ate a hot pepper. A ghost pepper. Pac-Man ate a ghost pepper. What?
Oh,
I think the police are training dogs right now, Brian. Training dogs to be able to detect and sniff out those exotic planets. Because finding them with James Webb has just become far too easy. They thought, let's get a couple of bloodhounds and see if we can't train them to find some new planets.
Sniff them out.
Just sniff them right out. Which one of these planets has the sweet stench of death? One of these has got to smell like rotting decay. Make it easy for it. A training planet, sort of. Maybe something that's only like 2 or 3 light years away. Something simple.
It's such a great story, though, the way that they've told it, because it's not like we can prove them wrong, right? I can't like take a measuring tape and go up to the moon and be like, "Now look, you were wrong." It's not as far away as you think.
That's the beauty of calculations.
About Storyland. You really have free reign. You can make up all the planets and all the... Who's going to say you're wrong?
Yep, and all the calculations. Sure. Especially if you can make the numbers add up at the end. I mean, you might have to come up with things like dark matter. to make sure, just in case things don't add up. You can recalculate using dark matter to make sure that it does.
The fix all. Okay. Oh, there it is. Whew. I love you, Bubba. I see you later. Have a good day.
NASA's moon rocket, the Artemis, rolls back to the pad for a possible April launch. Does that mean they're going to skip practice?
Yeah, and just go for it now. They really will not make up their mind.
This is nuts. Like, was it Wednesday? I know it had to have been Monday, maybe.
They postponed it a year or whatever, yeah.
2 years. Because we're going to spend the next year practicing in low Earth orbit. Then we're going to go for it.
I'm sorry, what the fuck have you been doing for the last 40 years? But practicing in low Earth orbit.
Space.com a week ago put out that same stupid ass video that we've all seen 100 times of the dark gray moon as it goes from left to right. You know what I'm saying? Watch the far side of the moon as it comes between Earth and spacecraft. Like, no, that's old. What are you doing?
Be right back, Josh.
You do your thing. Got to make sure you get coffee before you hop in the truck. So much silly shit. Who is this? Oh, he must not be that important. Didn't even tell us his name. Neil Sedaka died? Jeez. At least they told us his name. Sorry, I'm just lost in all this stupid fucking headlines here. All right, this is pretty funny. At least a funny headline. Because it sure does make my imagination run wild. The rocket that could drop 1,200 Marines in 45 minutes. I'm like,
what?
If I remove their parachutes, I can drop them a hell of a lot faster than that. And this is some terrific fucking CGI. Like they didn't even really try. It's like they held a competition at their kids' elementary school, and the winner gets to design this video. Where am I? Screen sharing. That's what. Now look at those textures. Look at that land. Isn't that great? That's fabulous. How can you argue with that? This absolutely looks like a mobile game. I'm going to say this looks like a video game. No. This looks like something you would find on your cell phone pre-installed when you bought it. And pretty soon all these little guys are going to run out of the spaceship and start taking over, and you've got to feed them and keep them happy while they create a civilization, and you've got to carry the civilization on throughout history. And this is step one in the video game as it lands. Damn, they smoked that fucking place out. This is so bad. Nice. Oh. Oh, who's that guy there?
Oh, I swear when I jump in and connect everything to the truck, shit just starts flipping out.
What the fuck is this poster behind
This one
it?
wants to talk.
It's a poster of just a bunch of figures all at parade rest, just standing. Just black silhouettes of strange little figures standing at parade rest. What the fuck is that?
And what's it supposed to be? Who took the picture?
I'm not sure who took the picture. It's a picture it's a picture of Werner von Braun standing next to a rocket.
Okay.
And then behind him is this poster. And it's just this repeating pattern, just a little black figure of a man standing at parade rest. What the fuck would that even be? Wonder if I Googled it on my phone. I could probably use a Google Lens or something to search just this area. Find out what the fuck. Sorry, that's just weird. That just seems weird to me.
Are those the aliens
Well,
coming to his funeral?
the way it looks, I'm assuming it's parade rest. Because I don't know what else it would be. Like, it could be holding something in their hands and their hands are in front of them. But there's like nothing there that would indicate that they're holding something. So if it puts their hands behind their back, then it's just a bunch of little figures standing at parade rest. Like, is it meant to put you at ease? Like, at ease, gentlemen. And here's just a whole bunch of people standing at ease, parade rest, relax, as far as the military goes. But with their elbows, it also makes them look like little eyeballs, too. With the way their elbows stick out and the space between the elbows makes it look like the whites of the eyes. So it could just be eyeballs, too. I don't fucking know. I don't know why I'm so curious. It just seems really strange. A, because it's Werner von Braun, but like they clearly wanted that poster in the picture. Like you could have taken a half a step over and just not included it. Hell if I know.
What do you get if you cross an elephant and a rhino?
Elefino.
Albino.
I know that's right.
Want coffee? It would be nice.
Do you not drink any at home?
No, not usually, because I don't have enough time to finish my cup. I don't like slamming it. I like enjoying my morning coffee. I had one yesterday.
Now,
Because I got home so early. I was home by 3:15. I was like, oh, cool. I can have a cup of coffee and still fall asleep.
Regina, it's an ass that'll bring tears to your eyes. What do you get when you cross a donkey and an onion? It's an ass that'll bring tears to your eyes.
Now, what is it? Donkeys and horses make a mule?
I believe that's correct.
That happen? And mules cannot make another mule.
Correct.
Okay, evolution. What the fuck?
Right?
We're like trying to make things evolve in this other shit, and you can't do it. Almost like there was a code implanted somehow. It says, nah, we're not going to let that shit happen no more. Your chimera, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we're not. You can be a freak and mix this animal with this animal, but we're not going to let that offspring mate with another offspring like that and just keep making them. Yeah.
I don't know that one, Regina. What is a grave for a donkey called? An asshole?
What?
That's my answer. An asshole. Jesus, Ian is still sitting under a foot of snow at his farm.
No, I am Ian. Feeling for you, man. Yeah, slow it down a little bit. Yeah, I've been doing real good doing my driving nonsense.
Yeah, keeping your high score up.
Yep. Shit, what am I doing? Not going the right way here. Thank you, sir. That's what I'm looking for. QT.
You guys got a fleet account at Quick Trip?
No, they just have free air. And good coffee. Do a good job on their coffee. But we're not allowed to get gas from certain companies. I don't know if it's something to do with the owner has beef with those companies or what. But yeah, there's certain companies. They're pretty big companies too. We are not to get gas from those places. Okay, whatever. All right, it's gonna be a minute. I got some stuff I gotta do. I'll be back though.
All right. Wonder if it's the small hats. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's just boycotting Israel. Which in many parts of the world is completely illegal. You're not allowed to boycott Israel. Like, how does that work? No, you don't get to choose to not buy from them. If you know those are Jewish people, then by God, you got to do it. You got to buy. Can't not do it. It'd be illegal to get you and a bunch of friends to say we're not going to buy from that company because we've got a reason that we don't want to buy from that company. Mm-hmm. That'd be anti-Semitic. Yeah. Trying to self-censor and not go dark. You know, as long as I don't look at anything that's going on around me, I could live a pretty relatively peaceful, happy life. If I can keep my blinders on or just my blindfold completely and my earplugs in and don't have to watch or listen or deal with and interact with any people around me, and I don't have to have a clue as to what's going on in other parts of the world. This little planet that on which we exist. Be no problems. Like, yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Right? And beyond that, I can just ignore the rest of it. Like, if I can't completely withdraw from society, I'm pretty good with denial and just ignoring it, blocking it out, forgetting it, pretending it's not there. Or not even seeing it when it's right in front of my face. Like my keys in the morning, or, you know, the Spanish ships as they reached the shores of America. The natives just couldn't see them until they were right there because they just had no comprehension of what that might be out in the water. Just their brain didn't even see it, they say, until it just sort of materialized right there in the water on the shore. That is exactly what they say to do. Just ignore all the bullshit. Just ignore it. Like, if you're on a cross-country trip and your little brother is sitting next to you with his finger right in front of your face, but he's not touching you, and he reminds you every 3 or 4 seconds that he is not touching you and that there's nothing you can do because he's not touching you, and he just sits there. He says, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. And after about 4 fucking hours, you finally just, like, all right, I can't ignore this shit anymore. And you snap. And they'll say, well, why'd you get so mad? Why'd you do that? Why you hit me? Well, I tried to ignore you for 4 fucking hours, but you just wouldn't stop. Turns out my ability to ignore is not indefinite, is not infinite. I can't ignore shit. Unless it's right in my face. And I can still ignore it for a little while. I just can't continue to ignore it forever. And some of it seems to be pretty fucking relevant. Considering this is the first time since I've owned my car that it's cost me over $50 to fill the tank. Seems to me that what's going on elsewhere might actually be relevant. And that just ignoring the fact that there's other things going on, like, well, yeah, it was $2.50 last week, but I'll just go ahead and pay $7 a gallon. I don't know. I'll just ignore as to why that might be the case, and I'll just pay whatever it is they're willing to charge me. I don't care. I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring the pain in my wallet, watching my bank account drain, just trying to keep gas in my car. I'll just ignore that shit. Ignore the bullshit, because that's bullshit. $4 a gallon, $5, $6, $7 a gallon. That's bullshit. And yeah, they want me to just ignore the bullshit. But unfortunately, I got to pay attention to that shit because I paid directly for it. Same with the groceries. If it were affordable and reasonable, I could just ignore it. But when it's right there in my face, going up and up and up, well, I get less and less and less. And it makes it real hard. Jesus Christ. Louis says it's €2 a liter in Sicily. Whew. I thought I was highballing it at $7 a gallon. Turns out there's places that are paying way more than that. Yeah, Sue, it's always a good idea to try to focus on the positive things. And try not to pay attention to the evil in the world. But that means you've got to be able to, A, know it's there to even be able to avoid it. Like, all right, that's the evil. There's the evil. And I'm just not going to pay any attention to all that evil over there. And I'm just going to focus on the good over here. Now, if all that evil over there starts to get bigger and more evil and more depraved and more disgusting, do we bear any responsibility for its growth of evil, the spreading of that evil, because we made a conscious choice to, nope, we're going to ignore that evil. I can see all that evil there because I know that's evil, but I'm going to make a conscious decision. I'm just going to look this way. I want to focus on some of this good stuff over here, and I'm going to let evil do all its evil stuff, and I'm not going to stop it. I'm not going to say anything against it. I'm just going to have evil do what evil does, and I'm going to ignore and focus on the good stuff. But I don't think that starves the evil. I don't think ignoring evil in any way makes it go away. That evil doesn't feed on our attention. It lives and breeds and feeds on its own diet, whether we are paying attention or not. So by simply ignoring, like, if you went to your computer and you pulled up the map of where all the registered sex offenders live, and you found out you had one right next door to your grandkids, would that still be your choice? Well, I'm just going to ignore evil, and I'm just going to focus on the good over here. I'm going to let that neighbor do whatever that is that neighbor wants to do. I don't need to pay attention. I don't need to watch them. I don't need to have any sort of fear or anything, because I'm just going to ignore it, and I'm only going to focus on the neighbor on the other side, the one that's not the PETA. Or would you say, I need to keep an eye out on that motherfucker? That's some gross, horrific, terrible shit that's abused children, so I need to keep an eye on him. as a way to protect my grandkids and the kiddos in the neighborhood? Or do we just ignore it?
Well, there's an old saying, not even sure who said that. All it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Yeah, I don't think doing nothing is an answer.
Brings us to an even more ridiculous question. What then, Zach?
Yeah, there lies the rub, right?
Uh-huh.
I've already given my answer, what I think we should do with these people. I think it's pretty humane as well.
So, and how would you
know?
do that? Like you personally, specifically?
Oh, I'd have to start lobbying Congress and this and that, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. But you don't,
That
do
would
you?
be
A lot of work.
I don't.
So it's a hell of a lot easier to do nothing, isn't it?
I think Congress are a bunch of pedophiles themselves, half of them.
Right. Those are the people we'd be going after to begin with.
Exactly. What is the path of a righteous man?
Right.
I mean, I speak out against it, but to take physical action against it, well, there's people that throw me in cages if I just went out and started doing that.
Yep.
I don't have billions of dollars to dress up like Batman and get vehicles where I can escape from the police and
whoop their ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I think my idea is pretty fair. Maybe not to the people who want to molest children. The whole idea of them not ever being around a child again probably rubs them the wrong way. Then again, it's not really them that I'm interested in, protecting as much as the children. They're the ones that need the protection.
That's hot,
I need
though.
air.
Go get in the shower and think about a happy thing. Which means you either have the shower head that's attached to the hose that you can remove, or you just slide right under the faucet. Spend an extra 20, 30 minutes in there. A little self-care. Head off to work nice and relaxed. Speaking of which, I got none in mind. So how about a little bit of music? I'm pretty sure I can get away with playing this without getting some sort of copyright strike or community standards violation or whatever it is that limit my viewership. Whatever. I don't know. But we'll see if it's possible. We'll see if they allow it. Because I, by God, need a coffee. So I'm just going to play this for a little bit. It just kind of repeats. So enjoy it, because you're going to hear over and over for the next couple of minutes while I go top off my coffee. But this is the Ironworks, and we'll be right back. Maybe Zack will come back too. He might start talking to you. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, well, here.
I'm just trying.
Yeah, Daz, that was actually what I was getting to. Those were all of my references to the self-care in the shower. That's exactly what that was.
Okay.
All right, for real, I gotta go get coffee.
What are you talking about, reduced speed? It's 35 miles an hour. It's a school zone, 25 miles an hour, moron. Dude, it's not 25 miles an hour. That's only at certain times of the day. Please reduce speed. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. The shit don't start till like 7.
I was thinking about that the other day. I have a school zone that sometimes in certain hours it's got the flashing yellow light, and if the yellow light's flashing, then you know you got to reduce your speed by 10 miles an hour. I was wondering if those GPS trackers and the vehicles like that can account for all that shit. Doesn't seem that they can.
Oh. Ugh.
Right? That wasn't so bad. Tried to make it quick.
Oh, you're real quick. I want to shoot this damn computer thing.
I bet.
I heard it picks up the little ADT stop signs people have in their front yards. For like home security, and it has this little thing, looks like a stop sign. It picks up those.
Oh, because of the shape?
Yeah. And the color, they're red with the white outline. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So you could just put up fake stop signs all up and down the street and just fuck up everybody, all those commercial drivers.
Oh, yeah, people, yep. They wouldn't know what to do.
Or like maybe you could put one up in your rear window and let somebody pass you. Like if you were to just drive in the slow lane with something that vaguely resembled a stop sign. Like or maybe just like even a decal or a sticker or something. Make it about 6-8 inches, maybe about the size of an ADT sign. And drive in the slow lane and just see how many of them will drive right past. And if those AI insurance computers would register that as driving right past a stop sign without stopping. Because what would they do? Like, apparently you ran 20 stop signs today? Well, no.
It wasn't so much me as there's some hooligan out there putting stop signs everywhere.
Right. The damn stop sign just was right there. The stop sign was going slower than I was. It's physics, man.
Ain't nobody at the ops center yet. I'm so used to going out to, a lot farther away to where I leave, to where I show up a half hour early. I really don't need to do that when I'm only going 15 minutes away, I guess. Maybe going 45 minutes away, give yourself time for traffic or this or that or something happening. Yeah, he did put me a lot closer to home today, though. After I told him I'd work for him on the weekends, just I don't want to be far from home.
Right. You got to maintain that good work-life balance. And if you're free time, you're driving, spending 2 hours out of your day driving back and forth to work on your what should be your day off.
Yeah. Oh, I can smell the coffee already. I was just at a QT, but just got gas and my ice, their air pump was not working. And I need air again in that tire. They're going to have to replace this tire. It's been getting funky.
I just throw a can of fixed flat in there, it'd be all right.
Those tire guys hate that shit.
I bet.
Don't ever put that in there. Blah, 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 blah. That's their sentiment on it.
Thoughtful prayer. Also dawn. That way we can shift the focus a little bit. This is also a good time to spend a little contemplative thought while you're in the shower alone, and you can spend time trying to listen to hear what God has to tell you, or just spend a little time conversing with him while you're in the shower. Say some Hail Marys. Maybe think about all the family members that you'd like God to bless.
One vehicle went through? That's crazy, dude. Oh, come on. Where's the air at? There it is.
All right, I'll be back.
Well, this is fucking ponderous, man. Ponderous, fucking ponderous.
Yeah, it's almost embarrassing how excited I get to watch my little EQ light here bounce at the same level all the way through the whole show. That I can play a sound bite and watch it go all the way up to -6 decibels where it should be.
Inconceivable!
And you guys can all hear it out there. People on the call can all hear it here. Nobody's getting reverb, slap back kind of bullshit. It all comes out the way it's supposed to. I never thought it would happen.
Sing us a song or something. Do a trick. You're fucking useless.
It's never too early to learn that the government is a greedy piglet that suckles on a taxpayer's teat until they have sore, chapped nipples.
That is true.
I love that.
That is true.
Sore chaps.
Not for nothing. My nipples are a little sore and chapped.
And why is there so many people here? I usually don't come to this QT.
It's because the other one didn't have any air.
This one wasn't all that great either, but it was a little better.
Yeah, that's the way quick trips are around here. If you don't like the one you're at, you can just drive 2-3 minutes down the road and go to the next one.
There's one there, for sure. All right, I'll be back again.
All right. We use that term too, Regina. And if it's just a little chilly, not like cold, but like just below room temperature, you could call it like nipply, but just a titbit. Just a titbit nipply. Which I think was a Christmas Vacation reference. Just a titbit nipply. Or was that the Vacation reference? Trying to remember. It's been years and years since I've seen any of those. I think it might have been the... Was it like the makeup counter girl at the mall or at the department store or something? And her nipples were poking through her sweater. And old Clark Griswold just couldn't seem to stay focused and get his words out right. Well, it must be chilly in here. Just a tit-bit nipply. Smuggling raisins. Raisins? How about pencil erasers? Smuggling a couple of pencil erasers. Raisins. At the very least, I'd want them to be like small, underdeveloped grapes. You know, still plump. I don't want them all shriveled like a raisin. Although, when you introduce an ice cube, they get real hard sometimes. They can look a little wrinkled. Little raisinage. I don't know. I've heard. She was the breast, wasn't she, Justin? The absolute breast. What did you just say, Zach?
Oh, man. See if anybody's going to show up today.
Maybe everybody forgot.
Just not having that one guy with me is going to make it a better day. Yeah, I can put up with lazy and slow and, all kinds of things, but don't care. Don't care at all. No, I can't deal with that. We're dealing with people's safety.
No, I do too, Regina. I do love this show and chat. I love all you fuckers.
Wish I didn't have to work so early. Oh, my last job. What did I quit? Quit the show at 5?
Usually around there, as I recall. Yeah, about halfway through.
Yeah.
But that's been a while. I've been a hot minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That was before I went on Walkabout. I got another Walkabout in me.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do when I retire. Just go on permanent walkabout.
Balance your time between Florida and Quartzsite?
Well, south, and I'm definitely going to do up north. Because Florida and Quartzsite are real hot in the summertime. I don't want to be down there. But I'll go up to like Montana, Wyoming.
You'll never leave.
I want to see the Dakotas. There's still a lot of pretty stuff out there I haven't got to see in this country. Yeah, that monk moved here in 1994, I think he said. He lived in California for a while. And then he moved out here in 2001. He's been here ever since. But yeah, how are you not going to help a monk when you see one on the side of the road broke down? You know? I guess there's people out there that could.
Offer up prayers as they drive by.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't stop. But lots of positive vibes. What's up, Rico? I see you there in chat.
What a wild life. Grew up in Cambodia.
How old was he? He might have
no clue.
Survived that Khmer Rouge was running shit in that area back once upon a time. Seems to me, y'all, I might be conflating a couple of different movies. And I wish Walter were here because he's got the age on me. He might have a better job of remembering this than I do. But it seems to me there was a movie in the 80s about a Cambodian girl who survived the Khmer Rouge only to come here and be like a spelling bee champion. Again, maybe I'm conflating two different movies, but it seems to me that that's right. I'm going to have to look that up now that I'm saying that shit out loud. That just sounds like a fever dream. Let's see.
Dude, come on.
Movie about a Cambodian spelling bee. 1986 Disney movie, The Girl Who Spelled Freedom. Based on the true story of Lin Yan, a young Cambodian refugee who moves to Tennessee and learns English to become a spelling bee champion. The film focuses on her adjustment and drive to succeed, starring Jade Chen and Wayne Rogers, originally airing on the Magical World of Disney. 1986. Look at me go. The Girl Who Spelled Freedom.
Well, I hate to do it to you, Josh, but I gotta go, man.
That's all right.
Get my paperwork done and all that good stuff.
You go do that. I have zero issues sitting here in silence for the next 15, 16 minutes. Doesn't bother me a bit.
Love you all out there. Have a great day.
I love you, Zach. You have a good weekend. Be safe out there.
Oh, yeah. Head on a swivel. All right, man. I love you. I'll talk at you later.
I love you too. We'll see you Monday. Regina remembers that. It's good to know that it wasn't two separate movies I was conflating in my head. It sure sounded like it when I said that shit out loud. It doesn't sound right. But apparently it was. That was the first time I remember hearing about the red scarves. Which I believe is the Khmer Rouge, which I think is what that is, the red scarves. I think I remember the beginning of the movie is her escaping Cambodia and escaping the Khmer Rouge. I need to walk about too, Rico, especially if I could go up to Montana, Wyoming, Dakotas. If I could spend the next 5-6 years up there, that'd be great. But in this lifetime, I am a husband and a father, and unable to spend 5 or 6 years roaming around the Grand Teton National Forest. The girl who spelled Leaning Center. The Nigerian princess. Jeez, I'm half tempted to go watch that movie again, just to see what kind of memories it could trigger. Yeah, there are grizzlies. The old grizz is something you'd have to watch out for when you're up there. But they're probably not like super dangerous. Like, you probably need to be aware of the possibility, but not like you'd have to necessarily see them every day. I think I've said this before. I remember being up in Manitoba, walking around in the provincial forests up there. And you'd know the bears are close because of all the blueberries there are in the forest. The Atakaki provincial forests. Because the bears like to eat the blueberries to the point that everything comes back out purple. And while you never actually saw a bear, you would find lots of purple scat. Kind of a Dr. Seuss pile of shit. So you knew the bears were close, but never actually saw one. Don't know that I've ever seen a bear in the wild. I say that, and I can tell you definitively I have never seen a bear in the wild, because I'm pretty sure I would remember if I had. I only remember seeing bears at the zoo. Yeah, I think they got a bear season, maybe. It seems like you can... There's been a lot more bears moving back into the area, or moving through the area recently. I think there's bears in Missouri these days. Almost. Oh, Jesus Christ. On Sunday, there was snow in Missouri, and today it's going to have a high of 91 degrees. That's a little ridiculous. I tell you what, this Fern website is garbage. Oh, well, now it's gone. But it was a story about how duct tape and nerve saved a $150 million space program, which I'm assuming is probably the ISS, after Fedor the robot drilled a hole through the hull of the space station and they had to fix it with duct tape. That's how you fix a hole. When one develops a hole, when a container develops a hole within a vacuum, put a little duct tape on it. If you can't fix it, duck it. And if you can't duck it, put your answers in the chat. What do you do if you can't duck it? I couldn't fix it. So I went to go duck it, but then I couldn't duck it either. Gorilla Tape is better for a one-time use. If you need to move it, remove it, say in about 20 years, maybe I'm going to want to take this down, then maybe don't use Gorilla Tape. I would try maybe some apple cider vinegar. I'm just totally spitballing here, Brian. Anyone got a cure? No, because I can't cure anything. A cure for a rash in the armpit. Looks like maybe a fungal infection. Sounds to me like probably a pH issue would be my guess, as so often things are within that region. And my guess, Laura, is that the deodorant probably has baking soda in it, which is what's throwing off the pH. Like my wife can't use deodorant with any baking soda in it at all because it like burns her armpits. They get red and then the skin will like literally burns. No, but like the Arm & Hammer stuff she can't use because it's just too hot and burns her. That's why I was thinking maybe some apple cider vinegar. The trouble is, that's not going to smell so hot. A little bit of the old turpentine. That might be better. Smell like pine rather than vinegar. Funky ass vinegar. There you go. Regina got you, Brian. Try some duct tape. If you can't fix it, duck it. If you can't duck it, fuck it. Be all right. It does work awesome for a lot of things. Dawn and I have no idea if this would solve this problem. For all I know, it's going to make the fungal issues worse and make things grow out of control. And who knows? But it just sounded like an idea. First thing I thought of was like baking soda. I'm like, well, they already have baking soda in a lot of the deodorant, so maybe that's part of the problem. So I just went to the other end of the spectrum. Went a little acidic. Moved away from the basic and moved to the acidic. Thought, why not just go the other direction? Because maybe that's the issue, is because it's throwing the pH off. So I went apple cider vinegar. Yeah, castor oil. Why not? What's the worst that could hurt? Little castor oil never hurt anybody. Little castor oil and the blueberry pie eating contest never hurt anybody. What was I thinking about Stand By Me? Oh, Chris O'Donnell was just interviewed recently talking about how his wife and daughters abuse him. I thought it was kind of a weird admission to make, but apparently if you mention the fact that Kamala Harris should have had a primary before she was set to be the Democratic presidential nominee and not just thrown in there without any sort of vetting process and just assumed and like, oh, I make it her. Who cares what other people say? And because there were no primary, if Chris O'Donnell were to mention that, apparently his wife and daughters go hands on. Get a little violent with him, he says. Damn. I say Chris? Jerry O'Connell. Whoever the little chunky kid was from Stand By Me. That's the guy. But it seems like we are finally winding down. Only about the last 4 minutes before we get out of here. We can fix anything. Or at the very least, make it worse. We will definitely change your situation here at the IRONWORX. If you don't like where you're at, come here and we'll put you somewhere else. We just don't guarantee it'll be better. Better is so subjective. Yeah, you know what? If you just take a little bit of castor oil, turpentine, apple cider vinegar, mix it all together in a big vat, and then add a half a cup baking soda and just bathe in that twice a week. I think you'd be fine. Just fine. Yeah, that's what I do. I buy about 10 or 15 gallons of apple cider vinegar and fill your bathtub up. Then you get naked and you crawl in there and you lay there in that apple cider vinegar and you start to pour in boxes of baking soda. Like a redneck jacuzzi, what you call that. All right, I don't recommend that. That's just going to make a big old mess in your bathroom. But it might feel pretty tingly for a minute. DIY fungal treatment. I mean, hell, sounds like a fun guy. I wonder how that would work for skunk spray. Probably better than tomato juice. Probably cheaper than tomato juice. 15 gallons of tomato juice can't be cheap. Although ACV is not that cheap. That's right, Laura. The old volcano trip. But much love, everybody. I do see everything winded down, coming down to it. Only about 90 seconds left or so. Till I get out of here, I got to get to work. Not going to pack a lunch today because I plan on coming home early so I can pack a bag. Told my son to do it so he didn't have to wait on him today. And then I didn't pack mine like some sort of hypocritical bitch. ACV and baking soda is actually how Melissa washes dreadlocks when she's deep cleaning hers. Interesting. They bubble it all right out. Noise. Noise. The English shower. Just pissing into a fan. That's pretty funny. Pert funny. Pert near funny. Right close to it. But I sure do love all you guys and appreciate you hanging out with us here in the morning when there's an us here to hang out with and hanging out with me on the off chance and the rare occasion it's just myself. But I'm not going to call it early. I'll stick with it until we get out of here. Even if that means talking a bunch of nonsense or sitting here in silence, it's fine either way. I don't really care. But wish me luck this weekend. I'm going to be going through the old rendezvous stuff and reliving old memories and bonding with the Father. So make sure you can come back here on Monday and join us again for more of the IRONWORX. And until then, be good, be well, do good, do it well. And remember, we love you. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.